When I look back at some of my older videos, they're a little cringe-worthy. I'm like, oh, I don't want to see these videos that I made over 2 years ago. And the reason for that is obviously I made a lot of mistakes when I was first starting out in my channel. And what I wanted to talk about today was some of those mistakes so that you can learn from them, hopefully not make them, or if you're making them, learn to work through them. So I want to talk about in this video 5 mistakes that I made early on in my YouTube channel. So, are you ready? Hey entrepreneurs, it's Salma Jafri. I'm a video content strategist and you are in the right place if you want to grow your personal brand with video. Be sure to hit the red subscribe button and the bell icon next to it if you want to be the first to know when I upload a new video. In this video, I'm talking all about my biggest mistakes on YouTube. I have been uploading videos for a while now on YouTube, and I started in 2015. And some of my most cringe-worthy moments were in the earlier videos when I first started and I was still experimenting with the platform and wasn't really sure how the entire thing, how the YouTube ecosystem worked. And so here are my 5 biggest mistakes. And the reason that I really want to share them with you today is 2 reasons really. One, so that you can learn from my mistakes and hopefully not make them, but also 2, so that you can realize that sometimes mistakes are the shortest path to success. I know how weird that sounds, but sometimes you just gotta go through them to get to the other side, learn, and do better. So with that, here are the 5 mistakes that I kind of cringe when I look back at. So mistake number 1, which was around 2016, was that I took a long extended break off the YouTube platform after making videos consistently for a few months. Now, it's okay to take a break from the channel, and that's fine. It's okay to be like, feel overwhelmed or burned out or whatever and be like, okay, I'm going to take a break, but do it consciously. That's okay. But that's not what I did. Instead, what happened to me was insecurity. Basically, I was like, why am I doing this? I started to question my entire life. Why am I doing this? Are these videos making any difference? Are they worth the time and the investment that I'm putting in? I started to second guess myself. I started to doubt myself. And the reason I call this a mistake is because in the early stages of YouTube, you're not really going to get a whole lot of traction from the audience and a lot of views and subscribers and all of that kind of growth happening. So you've really got to be very highly motivated and disciplined, and the whole thing has to come from inside you. You've got to really want to make videos, because to be consistent without seeing a lot of rewards and results is really, really tough. And that's the mistake that I made, that I let outside factors, external things affect me. Instead, when you're first starting out, your only goal is to create your first 20 videos, your first 50 videos, right? And do not even think about how well they're performing or not at that stage, because you're still experimenting, you're still finding your voice. And so that was the mistake that I made, that I stopped creating for a while. And I'm sure that if I had continued, even if they weren't like really good videos, then my channel would probably be doing a lot better than it is right now. Okay, mistake number 1, and this I made for the longest time, was having a really long intro. Now, if I've learned anything, and if you guys have learned me say this enough times about YouTube, is that your audience does not have time for a long, windy intro, okay? They need you to get to the point in a few seconds. Attention spans are really impatiently dwindling, and people just want to know the promise of the title. They see the title, they click on the video, and they make a split-second decision. Is this video something I want to see or not? So you just really want to get into the meat of your content as quickly as you possibly can, like I did in this video, right? But I look back at some of my older videos, like the one that I made about how to make videos with your phone, and oh my God, I go on for like a few minutes. It's embarrassing, and I just wish, I honestly feel that video would be doing a lot better right now if the intro wasn't so long-winded. That video is getting picked up in suggested video search. It's getting picked up in, it's getting recommended by YouTube, but I feel that people come on that video and then there's this whole long intro and they sort of click out. And, I don't do that anymore. So that's something that was a mistake and I've definitely learned from it. My third biggest mistake on YouTube has been to overcomplicate the script for myself. Now, when I first started, I felt every video had to be perfect. I had to cram lots and lots of information into this time frame that I had in my mind, which was 10 minutes. Like 10 minutes was supposed to be my cutoff. And in an effort to provide a lot of information in a very short amount of time, I felt like in fact, this is what my husband told me once, is that every single point that I'm making could be a separate video in and of itself. And I realized that my videos were like almost mini guides. They were super detailed, and maybe in a way that was okay because I was differentiating myself and making like longer videos and other people were making shorter videos on the same topic. So maybe that was okay, but it was harder to do. It was a lot more overwhelming. It was a lot more time consuming, and therefore I found it really hard to keep doing that. And I would classify it as a mistake. In fact, if you look at the same video that I referenced in the earlier point, the one about how to shoot video with your phone, that could easily be broken down into two separate videos, because I started with how to make videos on your phone, and then I went into my whole advanced setup with using tripods and cameras and mics and lights and, all sorts of advanced level or intermediate level things. And that could have just not been a part of that video. And it would have made everything easier. It would have made the video shorter and more punchy. And I just feel like I have been overcomplicating my scripts for a long time. And I have to learn how to just stick to one point per video and deliver that video. And I am actually switching all of my very detailed content over to my paid program, which is my mastermind, and to my courses. So for example, I have a course coming up on how to create a video content plan, which I'm just going to link to right now here. So that's going to be like in detail, in depth. So that's where I'm shifting all the guides and the really in-depth material to. And I'm going to focus on making the YouTube videos more, just focused, to the point, and just getting to the point really quickly. So my fourth YouTube mistake was a really silly one, and it carried over from broadcast television and understanding how videos were made for that medium, which was to have an end title. I don't even know why, where did that concept, I don't know how it carried over, but I had a beginning title to my videos, and then I had an end title with the same music and everything at the end. And it just, it doesn't work that way on YouTube. How you want to end your videos on YouTube is to make sure that there's a clear CTA at the end, a clear call to action, so that when people are done, nearing the end of that video, they're done watching the video, you help them to figure out what to do next, whether that's subscribe or watch another video or download something or comment or share, whatever that is. And so all of my videos now will guide you through that video to a specific call to action. That's something I did not do in the beginning. All right, so the fifth mistake that I made was to put videos in two separate languages on the same channel. Now, I grew up bilingual. I have learned English as well as Urdu from birth, basically. And what happened was that I was interviewed on CNBC as a media interview in Urdu. And it was all about online business and making money online and all of that kind of stuff. So it was kind of like a shift from what my channel was going to be about. And it was for an Urdu speaking audience. And so when my English speaking audience, which is all of my clients are English from English speaking countries, they would come to my YouTube channel and they would find those two videos in another language and they would be confused and click away. And even though those two videos, which were in another language, had something like over 100,000 views on my channel, I had to eventually unlist them so that I could make sure that I was not confusing my audience with like suddenly content in a language they didn't understand. So I just wanted to make sure that my channel was not confusing for my current audience. And I also wanted to make sure that I kept the focus on one language to make it easier for people to not like get confused after they land on my channel and be like, oh, this isn't what we expected. Because then, you know, they're going to bounce away from your channel, which is not good in terms of what the algorithm is looking for. So, of course, I have learned from those mistakes, and I don't think I would be here if I hadn't made those mistakes. And sometimes you have to go through things the hard way, learn them, suffer the consequences, and then understand and realize what not to do. So what I want to know from you is, what mistakes do you think you might be making right now on your channel? Put it down in the comments below, and let's see how we can get you over those mistakes and getting to make videos the right way. I would love to hear from you. Remember to sign up to the video content plan if you want to have all of your content planned out and ready before you shoot your videos, so you minimize mistakes during the actual shooting of your videos. I would love to see you in the comments and in my email inbox as well. Remember to go after what you want and build a brand you love, because you can be the media. I put my makeup on like in the dark today in 10 minutes. Does it look like a 5-year-old put it on or something? Seriously. The kids were sleeping and I was like, okay, makeup in the dark. No, I'm seriously asking, does it look really bad? I have like weird eyeliner or something. I don't know what I was doing.